It's already done. Let me
crazy.
do that. Next.
It's crazy, but I've been at this job for the last three and a half years, and the job has been what has supported, my music.
Yeah.
And now I'm at a point where, it's time to go ahead and take off and actually do this music thing full time. So the plan was to actually leave the job and move to Europe, you know.
Wow, dude. Europe. All right.
Yeah, but like Korona happened.
Yeah.
So now I'm just waiting, and I know personally I don't want to have to go back into work, so but I got provided with the opportunity to work from home till the end of the year. Now, this wasn't something that I was expecting that I would get. So on the one hand, it's like, okay, well, this is great. Well, I can stay from home and work. On the other hand, you know, I feel so deep in my comfort zone. I don't have any interest in like leveling up or like, pushing, what I do with the company for. I have none, zero, you know. And so it is that question of, well, why are you still doing it? Because of the paycheck. Do I have enough money to sustain me for a while if I were to go ahead and go through this stuff full time? Yes, that was a plan. I've been working on this for the past 18 months. And so now I feel like I have all the cards in my hand. Yes, I could work from home till the end of the year, but I don't want to. I want to channel that time to becoming an even better musician, and expanding, my, production company, into being what I really want it to be. So I guess the question for you is like, from my vantage point, like how do you think I should go ahead and, approach this?
I'm actually, I don't think it's a big deal either way, to be honest.
Mm.
Because you're going to be leaving.
Yeah.
You're going to do Europe. Like I didn't know the whole story coming into before doing this live, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big a deal, dude. Like you're doing the music thing. You're gonna get Europe back on track, whether it's in a month or 3 months or who knows, however long until things open up and you can get over there. But it's happening, so it just gives you a little bit more runway. If you want to stick with it, awesome. Gives you a little bit more runway. You can still work on your music. Like you're not working 100 hours a week at this job.
No, I'm not. But the thing about it is, their initiatives, they're building out. They're building out what the job is going to look like post Corona, to where we have to implement all these different things, that people don't necessarily have to come in per se, and that's going to take a lot out of me to be able to, at the position that I'm at, to be able to implement that for the company. And, the resources it's going to take out of me, I'd much rather channel that towards what I
okay,
really
but how
want
many hours is it going to take? If you stayed in that job full time, let's say to the end of the year, worst case, how many hours is that taking out of your week?
Worst case scenario, probably 55
Okay.
per
And
week.
are you paid by the hour? Are you paid by the project or what?
No, I'm salary, so
Salary. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Even the worst case scenario,
Hmm.
it's not that bad, dude.
Yeah, no, I hear you, and
Like
and
it's not like what you need to summon is the guy who like stopped on the street corner and like ran into Starbucks and being late for the meeting. Like that's the guy that
yeah,
needs to show up, right?
yeah,
It's not going to be that draining on you if you have to do it. It's fine. Like it's just really a strategic decision. Do you need the money? Is it going to help you right now? You're probably not making much from the music business yet. The opportunity kind of dried up.
yeah,
So this extends your runway, and end of the year you'll be in Europe anyway. Like you're not going to be at this company end of the year.
yeah.
That's really worst case scenario that this stays like this until end of the year. So whether it's a couple months or you just cut loose right now, doesn't matter. You've already decided. That's the point. It's like
And that's the
you're doing
thing.
this. You've already decided.
I decided 18 months ago, and yes, I mean the job is a job, but I have my kid that I have full custody of that. That's another full-time job.
Yep.
Plus other things that I kind of don't want to disclose, to the public, but accumulating all of that, the stay-at-home schooling, all these different pieces of it, you know, I mean, back in the day, I could actually do the job, and like kiddo was at school. So, you know, I came back and I picked her up, and you know, we kicked off. But you know, we're locked in 24/7. You know, so it's, you know, those are different challenges. And like when I'm done with that, when I'm done with her school, and when I'm done with other stuff, like I'm drained. I'm done mentally. You know, and so for me, it's like, well, I don't need I'd like to extend my runway, right? But I don't need to, because I have enough resources to last me for the next 2 years, you know, if I never had a 9 to 5, you know. And so it just really boils down to like, why are you still doing this, right? I don't see myself working. If I wanted to grow, I work IT. If I wanted to grow in the IT space, you know, I'll be working for Google or Twitter. You see what I mean? Like, if I wanted to grow in that level, you know, so I'm not growing.
You know, you don't want to grow. We're not in
Yes.
this like growth. Where's Gclef in 5 years? You're definitely
Exactly.
not there for sure. But you've already made that. That choice has already been made up. You've already made that. I mean, you've been planning this for 18 months. You've already set up and whatever. Listen, my whole book tour got canceled. All my speaking gigs are off. Like my life everybody's life has been thrown for a loop with this whole thing, right? That's what it is. Great. You adjust and you keep going. You know, if you're working from home, when you apply the Gclef hustle, you can get an 8-hour day down into like 5.5 hours of actual work. Because they're not watching you, and you don't have your commute, and you just hustle and grind and get it done. If you need it, you know, what the only thing that's bothering me, to be honest, in this whole thing is like, I don't like that. I need the Gclef grind and hustle like vibe back. You kind of
like that's lost.
You kind of give up on it a little bit.
I'm in my comfort zone right now, and that's why I want to have this conversation, because, you know, I'm just comfortable, and I don't like that.
You need to be the guy who stopped me in Starbucks. Like, that's the guy who's like on his way to a meeting or whatever you're about to do, and it's like, no, I gotta make this happen right now. Who knows? I might have punched you in the face. Like, you don't even know what's gonna happen.
Hey, man.
No, but it's
like, take that, you know.
Gclef saw an opportunity and the dude struck, right? That's the like tenacity that's missing, because all the energy I'm getting from you today is more like, well, you know, this is draining and that's draining and it's gonna suck me dry, and like, dude, you could do all of it if you wanted to.
I know I could, but do I want to? That's the thing. Do I want to?
That part doesn't matter. Like, you want to, yes, no. You know it's not going to last longer than a couple months anyway, even if you stuck with it. As soon as you get your European gig, you're off and doing that thing. What the thing that needs to come back is like the tiger, man, the wolf, like the energy, the animal needs to come back out and say, this, you've been through worse than this, dude, in terms of like draining moments in your life. So whatever, it doesn't matter, man. You want to stick with it for 3 months, 6 months. You feel like you have a chance now to go off, and now, like, what would you do? Maybe you just want to spend time with your kid. Maybe this is a great moment to spend time with your kid and just bond for the next couple of months while they're out of school. Or maybe you want to hone in on your music and double down, and like, how can you use the isolation time
to be better, to be a better musician.
But I think it's just making the decision out of a place of like, what would the most confident, bold, wild, anger bear like Gclef show up and do, and making it from that.
That guy is gonna call and turn in those 2 weeks today.
Then do it, dude. Then do it, and then feel it, and feel the energy, and then pour that into whatever. And if that's your business, if that's your child, if that's yourself, and you go on a 2-month meditation retreat, like, I don't care. But making the bold decisions from that place, because that's where your music comes from. You don't make music from this spot, dude.
No, I do not.
Right?
You know,
and so
it comes from pain. It comes from back being pushed to the wall. Like, those are the things I write about. You know,
comes from emotion. Comes from an emotional place, man.
Yeah.
And the best songs. I mean, that's what hooked me on your stuff. I didn't even know what you were saying in your songs, right? It was English, dude.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I had that song on repeat for a good chunk of my tour. Like, I don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, great art makes people feel, because it comes from an emotional place.
Yeah.
And now it's treating your whole life as art, as opposed to just the music you're making.
Yeah.
So every decision you make has to come from an emotional place.
Yeah.
And so that fire, that bear, that wolf, whatever comes out. If that's what, so you quit your job today. Awesome. What do you pour your energy into?
Everything that, you know, is just the music, you know, pick up the guitar. I can't play the guitar, you know, I've always wanted to do that. So I just want to be a better musician. You know, I don't suck right now, but, you know, I feel like it's ways that I need to go. And, you know, I've always wanted to get there and, you know, get back to writing a song a day and like all these things that I wanted to do. And, you know, I'm just not growing with the job. Yes, it pays the bills, but, you know, like we said, I've been planning for this moment for 18 months, and you know, so
you quit today, you go all into the music, but then you gotta attack it, dude. You gotta
Oh
attack
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
No, like
absolutely.
you treat it like you wake up and it's not just, oh, I can sleep in because it's.
Oh no,
right.
no.
Attack it like a song a day, dude. Guitar, like I'm Hendrix by the end of this quarantine.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all, you know. And like we prefaced it with this conversation. My heart already knew like what I had to do, but you know, sometimes you just have to talk it over with someone you trust, you know. So thank you for taking the time.
I'm so pumped up for you, dude. I'm so fired up. I love it, man. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, what's in Europe, dude? Why Europe? What's happening there? Tell me.
I think for what I do, you know, well, a lot of people don't know. I actually had a festival to do out there in Iceland. I never announced it because, you know, when other festivals started canceling, you know, I didn't want to announce, and then, you know, it got canceled. So I'm supposed to do 15,000 people in Iceland. It's called the Secret Solstice Festival. So it was me, Lil Pump, TLC, Black Bear, a few other guys, you know, and yeah, that got canceled. So I actually do a lot more numbers in Europe than I do in America.
Huh.
And you know, the music that I make is way more accepted in Europe than it is in America, you know. And I mean, more importantly, like, you know, I did 2 European tours last year. So, you know, that's just really where, you know, that's the market. You know, that's where I feel like I'm making the most impact right now. So I'm just doubling down on that. And, you know, I'm still American. So, you know, I'll always come back to America and do shows. But, you know, sometimes, you know, you have to go out to come in. So
are you moving to America? Moving to Europe?
well, I'm not, there's no home base anymore. I mean, besides creating the foundation for my daughter here,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just worldwide, you know, I'm Nigerian. So, you know, I'm going to be bouncing between these different continents and, you know, just, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, sir.
I'm so pumped to see your journey, dude. I'm so pumped to see your journey.
Absolutely,
All right.
man.
Send me lots of love, dude.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Bye.
All right. Much love.
Yeah.
Gclef. Go check him out. Go check out his music. I gotta check out his new stuff. I haven't seen his new stuff. But yeah, he stopped me in the Starbucks and he said he's a musician. I'm like, hey, send me one song. This is what I like to do with artists, right? Like, send me one song. You're a singer, you're a rapper, you got something, your best one. You got one shot, send it to me. And it doesn't mean that it's good or bad if I mean, I'm not the biggest music critic in the world, but you got one shot, right? People aren't going to sit there and listen to your entire album. So I said, give me your best song. And later on that night or the next day, I mean, he sent it, I think, ASAP, but I wasn't checking right away. And so I listened to it. And then legit, we had this song on repeat in the car. The next day we were kind of exploring the city and we just had it on repeat. And like, dude, I gotta figure out a way to put this song into my videos. Can we change up some of the lyrics? So anyway, super big fan, pumped to see. I love seeing young entrepreneurs getting there, young artists getting theirs, and dude, huge congrats on building this for the past 18 months and now finally being willing to pull the trigger. Super pumped. What's the song? So if you look at go to my main channel and look at any of the Believe Life where it has the intro, and you can see it. And then there's a link down below, or there's Gclef there in the chat. You can go find him on Instagram, TEEKLEF. Good dude, and also great music. So send me your latest thing, man. I want to see. What's the song that's popping in Iceland? That's what I want to see. Okay. Oh, there's so many questions that came from the stories. Let's see what else we get. How do I block emotions out to perform at my best in complete an emotionally charged article? Listen, so I just made a reply on this on my stories, but I think emotions are great. Go back and watch the whole thing we just did with Gclef, right? Like, the thing that's missing is the emotion. This man has crazy emotion. It's in his music. It's what stopped him on the street to come in and say hi to me in the Starbucks, right? Emotions are great. I'm a lead with the heart first guy. So what I'd be asking myself is, why do I need to block out my emotions to perform your best, right? I think if you're creating art, if you're creating great work, it should come from an emotional place. Now, if it's a negative emotion, then I'd be looking at, well, instead of blocking out that emotion, what's the root cause of the negativity and how do I eliminate it? But it blocks my writing. I don't think it should. I think you need to lean into it to empower your writing. When you're suppressing yourself, it's really hard to make great art, whether that's writing or singing or videos or a relationship, anything. It's all art. As I have to stop and cry, family abuse, great. Pour that into your writing. Pour that into your writing. The greatest writing you'll do will be about helping others through abuse, helping others through struggles and problems, as opposed to trying to hide it and suppress it. Like, suppressing yourself is never the answer to make anything great. Pour it in. What else? We got a couple minutes left. What else we got? Amin wants to come in live. Okay, let's bring in Amin quickly. See what he got. Let's see what we got. Amin, connecting.
Hey, Evan, how's it going, man? You good?
There he is. How are you? Where are you? Yeah. Where are you from, man?
I'm in Ireland right now, actually.
Ireland. Wow,
yeah,
awesome.
It's crazy,
Amin is not a very Irish name, though.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Arabic. It's from North Africa.
Okay.
Libya, if you know it. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Actually, I don't know, where are you from originally?
So my mother was born in Italy, okay. And my father's background is UK. So it's Scottish, Irish. I've got a bit of Irish in me. But nice. Carmichael itself is a Scottish clan.
Okay, is that? Oh, that's the history now.
We have our own tartan, our own tartan. We got our own crest and all that stuff. So
I'm surprised you don't have the ring. You know, you should get that. Some people get the crest like made in a ring.
We don't have the ring. The only ring I wear is my wedding ring. But I have the tartan. I've got like the kilt, you know, that I don't usually wear that often, but it's somewhere here.
Do you wear it properly when you wear it?
No.
Okay, good.
It's cold in Canada, man. It's cold here in Canada.
It is cold. It is cold. Yeah, man. It's I actually came across you from the Jordan Belfort podcast.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. It was like a couple of months ago, and then I know when you started speaking, I kind of checked a bit of the video, and then I recognized that I would have watched a lot of the very kind of clever content you were making on YouTube, you know, like top 10 tips from this person, etc., etc. Like, I really like that kind of idea.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask you really quickly is, so basically, I've built up like a huge audience from the Middle East in like less than a year. I've got more than 100,000. I've sold out events across North Africa, all in Arabic. Why? Because my rationale was, you know, like the Arabic market doesn't have much kind of content. Do you know what I mean? What I mean is like, for example, in English, when it comes to, you know, self-development topics, business topics, etc., there's thousands of content creators. But when it kind of comes to the Middle East, there's like a shortage, a lack of good kind of quality content. Mm-hmm. So I kind of did that, and it pretty much worked exactly like textbook, right? But what I want to ask you is, what do you think of like bilingual content in, like, you know, the world of the online today, right? Because I don't want to kind of just focus on like just the Arabic and miss out on the English, which is international. Does that make sense? Like, do you know of any kind of bilingual content creators, or, you know, what would you recommend? Like, do you think someone should just stick down to kind of one language and carve your niche there?
Who do you want to be? Like, who do you look up to the most? Who's your hero in this space?
Oh, that's a really good question, man. Oh my God, hero in this space. Well, honestly, it's a mixture. I mean, look, I really like a guy like Jordan Belfort. You know, I don't like how he inspires me, to be honest, what he does. Yeah.
So you have an opportunity here, and let me throw you this curveball and see where it sits.
Go on.
If I'm you, what I'd be looking at is continue to do my content in Arabic, but also then be the guy who brings all these guys to the Arabic world. If you love Jordan Belfort, I would make a deal with him. So my channels, for example, are now dubbed into Russian and Spanish. And there's people who are the Evan Carmichael in Spanish and in
Why
Russian.
did you choose the languages?
People, entrepreneurs like you, basically approached me, and they've done it with some of my friends. The Spanish guy, I was the first guy to do it. The Russian guy already done it with other people. And he said, hey, well, I want to do a JV with you. And we're gonna dub, not just caption, but dub your content into Russian. That was our first one. That grew to 100,000 subscribers. And then Spanish, which is 200 something subscribers. They might both be I don't know what they're at right now, but 6 figures. Like, and it's growing. And people message me every day saying, hey, I watch your content in Russian. Like, awesome.
Right.
I did nothing for that. So what I would do is, if you love Belfort and you love like these 5 people, I would offer to help them break into the Arabic market and dub their content into Arabic. It doesn't have to be you. It could be somebody that you hire who just can do good voiceovers. I would be.
What are you trying to say?
Well, whatever, dude. Like,
no, I'm kidding. I used to say I don't do good voiceovers.
No. Well, first off, I mean, I think just you're the kind of guy, and I'm just getting into it, a feeling where you want to sit above it and not have to do all of the day-to-day work. Because to take Jordan Belfort's videos and dub them, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. No, I understand, actually. It's funny you mentioned that, because obviously he's got a straight line method, right? Straight line sales system. And I'm in sales, and I was like looking to kind of teach kind of sales, right, to corporates. And you're right, it would make more sense for me to kind of approach him and say, hey, Jordan, would you be cool if I kind of turn your straight line system into Arabic, and then I could try to kind of sell that for you in the Middle East market?
I would start with public content. So start with like YouTube videos.
Okay.
Build it. Like, you've already built your audience, right? You said you got 100,000 already. Awesome.
Yeah, on Instagram right here, yeah.
Whatever. You're not zero, right?
Yeah.
So YouTube, you might not have anything yet, but whatever. You've shown that you can build up an audience very quickly in a market that people care about. I mean, Belfort cares about it, but he's not going into it anytime soon.
He's not, no.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Nobody has gone into Arabic that maybe Gary a little bit, but nobody else that I know of has.
I think even Gary's just dipping his toe, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
he's going into all languages, like guns blazing. Yeah.
This is where you could really jump in. You go to Jordan, you say, hey, I want to dub all your content into Arabic on YouTube. What you do then is I want you to be known as the guy who brought personal development to the Arabic world. Like, you're still a young dude, right? For the next 5 years, this is your game plan. You might ultimately become the guy. You become the Jordan Belfort, maybe even for the world. But you start off being the guy who brings personal development to the Arabic world, so you build the connections and you get there a lot faster. So you're going to dub a Jordan Belfort video, but at the beginning, it's you on there. Hey, it's Amin, and today we're going to learn from one of my heroes, Jordan Belfort, on the straight line sales method.
Yeah.
Then it goes into the video. But every time I'm seeing your face, you're the guy, and then you start building up Jordan's channel in Arabic.
Yeah.
Now Jordan starts to get known. Now you can sell his course. You get a cut of everything sold. Now maybe you bring him as a speaker and sell at events to speak alongside you on stages across events.
Okay.
And then you copy that for Jordan and Grant and Gary
Leverage,
and Ed and like
basically.
whoever your heroes are that you want to work with.
Yeah.
And that's your game plan for the next 5 years, to be able to basically work with all your heroes, learn from them, get close to them, have backstage conversations with them.
Yeah.
And that shortcuts your path to being the guy in personal development, even for the world. They bridge your gap to becoming the English-speaking guy. Because again, it's super competitive to get into the English market. So that's what I would do if I were you. I wouldn't worry about a bilingual channel for yourself yet. I would keep it Arabic and then partner with all of my heroes, build all those connections, start making crazy branding plays for yourself, but also money-making opportunities. And
man, that's a really good idea. That makes actually a lot of sense. Yeah, it's basically using the leverage kind of introduce their ideas. And what I can basically be is like a conduit, right? It's like you're almost like an interpreter. It's like, this is how I interpret their ideas, and I'm going to deliver them. So, but I want to ask you about something else. So everything I've done so far has been 100% original content. I've not really stepped into the, knowledge brokerage side of things. Everything has literally been kind of me coming up with it. But I want to start kind of leveraging the expertise and brands of others. Like, is that something you strongly encourage to do then?
For you, yes. For others, maybe not. Here's the thing: like, they care about it, but not really. All they care about is this person going to represent my brand well? You know what? It's like, I'm in Canada, and a lot of Americans just kind of write off Canadian rights for things because it's just too small a market, and they don't care about it because they're just so U.S. focused, right? Jordan is still blowing up in the U.S. He's still doing tons in the U.S. Like, if you watch the YouTube video I did with him, helping him with his channel, he still has tons of room to grow just in the U.S. market. That's what he's thinking about.
Yeah.
So you come to him and say, hey, let's do a deal for the Arabic market. It sounds interesting. It's no work for him, right? I'm not asking you to film anything. I'm not asking you to do any intros, extras, nothing. We'll take care of everything. We're going to dub you professionally, like they already dubbed the movies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm Italian, so in there's like one guy who's the Robert De Niro for every movie, right? So like, you're bringing studio level dubbing quality, and you just have to have some guy who can do it properly. And as long as you're representing the brand well, it's an easy yes. It's no extra work. You're spreading his brand with a long-term goal to have him speak on your stages, because you've already spoken on stages. You want to eventually have him fly out and pay him to come and speak on stages in English, but in whatever country. I think it's an easy yes. And then once you get him, you use that success to go get others. Yeah. Jordan into Grant into whoever.
And then you think that will basically be the kind of the trampoline jump into the English market that way?
I think that gets you to where you want to be faster.
Right. Okay.
Because now you're connected to all these guys. Now you've helped people. You've helped them blow up their channels. You've helped introduce them to a whole new market. A lot of people sleep on the Arabic market. Like,
what do you mean sleep? What do you mean? Ignore it.
Yeah, man. Do
you know how many people speak Arabic, by the way? You know how many Arabic speakers?
It's like, it's insane. People
400 million people speak Arabic.
And they have money too, man. They have money.
Yeah, it's huge. Do you know what I mean? There's like more like 28 countries plus, different accents, different areas. It's huge. Yeah. And it's neglected. And not a lot of people understand it, right? So that's basically what I want to leverage. And I think that's what you've understood very well, like, in terms of your opportunities.
And this is a very American mindset where they're not in the export business. Because the American market is so huge, most Americans don't think export. It's American first. And so it's great. Like, you use that. If you start then selling his courses and booking speaking gigs for him, and not just him, but other people similar, then when you want to break into the English market, you've seen how it's done. You have these backroom connections. You can talk to Jordan and Grant and Ed and whoever else, and they can put you on their show. You can line up a world tour. And there's a lot of people in America who speak Arabic and would much rather connect to the Arabic content.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
It's not just like only in the Arab world. There's a lot of Arab world in the USA.
That's true. Yeah.
If you build up this channel, will buy tickets to your event that you hold in Miami.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Like, that's definitely like food for thought for sure, 100%. Like, I'll tell you something else that's a virgin territory in the Arab world as well, like an FYI. Online courses is like a virgin territory in the Middle East as well. So I'm actually, I had a series of online courses on my self-development stuff that was sold out. Yeah. But what I'm working on now is like, I'm making courses for making online courses for Arabic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's like, as you know, like e-learning is on the up and up. What do you think?
If I'm you, I wouldn't do that. I think it's too small potatoes, man. Like, I'd rather you own the Arabic rights to all of Jordan's content, all of his products, all the Grant's products, or take a huge commission, build up their brand and sell it, rather than teaching other coaches how to launch their own. Because these people without a platform, a lot of these guys, you're teaching coaches how to create their own course, and they're going to sell like 5 or sell zero. Most people go through the programs, don't ever end up actually using the content. Versus if you help build Belfort's brand in the Arab world and then start selling his courses, you're just going to sell way, 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 way more. And it better positions you to what you want to eventually build for yourself.
Yep. Well, look, man, that's it's great to get your insight. It's awesome to get your perspective, man. Like I see what you're doing, you know, and I guess this is the power of these podcasts, man. Because like when you bring guests in, you know, it's like it makes the place a smaller world, right? Because it's like you kind of meet Jordan, and then I get on the live with you, and then I tell you about this opportunity and that opportunity. Yeah. Look, man, like just before I go, like. To be honest, like one of the things I'm thinking about is more like it's a bit like the opportunity cost. You know what I mean? Because obviously there's pros and cons to both markets, right? One market is thirsty for content. There's not much competition, but obviously the other market is far more lucrative, and a lot, even if it is more competitive. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, what is the right play or not? Because for me, I'll tell you before you tell me, I read Peter Thiel's book, and that's what got me in last year to actually even look at the Middle East again. He said he'd rather go to places where he can dominate instead of going to where competition is, because he thinks competition is bad. What's your thoughts on that?
I think, well, first off, I think competition is great if you're good.
If you're good, that's the caveat.
Well, for sure, right? I mean, I love. I mean, when there's competition, is usually there's also demand. So if you're good, then you win. But I think your best opportunity is not like I think you're even sleeping on the opportunity for bringing those people to the Arabic market.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
What would the proposition look like for them? Like,
I think you'll make way more right now. Like in the next 5 years, I think you'll make just money. You'll make way more selling, building up Jordan's brand and 5 people like him, and selling their courses in special events in the Arab world. You'll make way more money doing that than you trying to go to America and being a motivational speaker in the next 5 years.
Yeah. Okay, next 5 years.
You'll make way more money, and for you to become the speaker in the US or UK or whatever, Western world, it gives you have a much stronger starting point, because all these people are going to say, man, I mean, he's the man. He's the real deal.
Yeah, I get it.
Instead of you trying to start from nothing, from scratch.
Yeah, I understand. So another question before I go, what would they want to see, do you think, in order for them to think, do you know what? Yep, that's got my blessings. Definitely. I want to kind of give you the license so you could tell, like, what metrics do they want to see?
Like Arab world and how big it is. How many people speak Arabic?
Okay. 400 million people, etc. Yeah.
Even like, how big is it in the US? I'd be curious. Like, how many people would prefer Arabic content in the US? But how big is the Arab world for consuming content? Just the ability to spend money on things. Right. This is why a lot of people put down like the Indian market, for example, because a lot of the people in the Indian market don't have as much money to spend as American. But Arabic world, there's some money in the Arab world, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
People just think. I mean, most people, again, U.S. is very insular. They're not thinking global.
I know.
But they know Arab oil money. Like that's like the only thing that will come to mind. But they know that that there's some money there, and that you're the guy, that you understand personal development, and that you understand audience building. So you've done it for yourself. You're showing your Instagram that you've built up to 6 figures. And then I would just take one video of theirs and have it professionally dubbed. That's all you need to do is dub the video. You don't have to edit it. They've done all the editing. You just have to dub it really well.
Yeah.
And so that gives them a video to then show, you know, somebody local. Like when the Spanish guys did my channel, they did a video. And I don't speak Spanish well enough, well, at all, but to know, like, is this good? Is it not good? Like, I don't know what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
It's going to sound like a different language, because it is a different language. Like, Jordan's not going to know if you did a good job dubbing it to Arabic or not.
Cool. Yeah.
Right? But your goal is, hey, if he shows it to any of his Arabic friends and they watch it, they say, man, these guys did, like, they matched it. They matched the emotion. They matched the tone. They matched exactly what you want to say. Some of the word choices, right? Because English doesn't quite translate over. So what's the meaning behind that word, right? Yeah. But no, these guys nailed it. And then that's it. Then you got their blessing, because the thing is, he doesn't care that much about the Arabic market. It's just an easy yes.
Until he sees some numbers.
Until he
again.
does. Until he sees you crushing it.
Yeah.
But still, like, it's still going to be USA #1. until, I don't know if you saw the last guy I had on. He's a recording artist, Gclef.
I did, yeah. It's
Who's
awesome,
like,
man. I love
hey,
that
I'm getting
story,
better
yeah.
results from Europe, so I'm doing Europe stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's why it came on, because it was kind of like similar.
Yeah, that's your goal, man. It's like make them bigger in the air, make Jordan Belfort even bigger in the Arab world than he is in America. But he's still thinking USA first. It's just an easy win. It's that combination.
So you know what? Because there's a lot of the people like follow me that come on it. Do you mind? I just want to describe to them like who you are in Arabic. Is that okay? Like in terms of you, like. Yeah, okay. So جماعة هذا واحد اسمه إيفان كارمايكل عنده فتح صفحة في اليوتيوب لها سنين. I think you've had your channel for what? How many years? 11 years. 11 سنة لليوتيوب channel. وعنده محتوى رائع جدا تحفيزي ياخذ في أنجح الناس في العالم ويبسط في أفكارهم. So I was just saying that, you know, you make the, you know, your YouTube content, you take a lot of the kind of successful stories and kind of simplify them into digestible chunks. فبكل بساطة أنا نتكلم فيه ناخذ منه في أفكار يعني لأن هذا شخص يعني عنده خبرة في الموضوع. So I was just saying that, you know, you've got experience and I'm basically kind of consulting you. So one last thing, and I keep saying this, what are your plans moving forward? Like, what do you have in the pipeline for 2020 and ahead?
I mean, I'm growing my channels. We have 300 million views on the main one. I'm launching a new project right today, talking about Best Life 30. So if I imagine if I only had 30 videos left, and then I'm gonna quit YouTube, what would those 30 videos be?
Quit YouTube?
Yeah, like, well, we're not going to, but that was the idea. Like, if I was going to quit YouTube in 30 days, and I only had 30 more videos left that I could ever make, these would be the 30 videos, right?
Okay,
so like 30 videos are gonna stop.
Right.
So that launches today.
Okay, awesome.
And then, yeah, launching the channels. We got, what, 12 different channels now. We don't have anything in Arabic yet. Even me, like I'm focused English language, dude. There's still so much for me. I've got 2 million subscribers and 300 million views, and there's still so much English language for me to focus on and do that I'm not even thinking Arabic. I'm not thinking Spanish. Like I did the Spanish and Russian deals, and those channels are blowing up because I'm not doing anything for them. My guys are doing them. So that it just makes it an easy yes.
Wow, man. Look, man, it was awesome talking to you. I'll drop you a message now. It'll be cool. I can email you some more stuff. Like it would be good for us to kind of pick up the conversation at a later date. I think you might be interested in some stuff in the future. Yeah?
Sounds good, man. Appreciate the
love.
love.
All right, Ivan. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Take care. Cheers.